Hello and welcome to Clavy News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Imefono Kon. A disturbing trend has emerged surrounding the Naboth prayer group led by a lady identified as Joy Solomon, with multiple reports of members being allegedly brainwashed, exploited, and manipulated. One notable case involves a businesswoman identified as Ejiro who reportedly joined the group and was advised to shut down her business, sell off her assets, and hand over the proceeds to the group's leader as a seed for spiritual growth. According to online sources, Ejiro was further manipulated into isolation from loved ones, with the group claiming her mother was a witch who posed a threat to her life. This alleged manipulation led to Ejiro's sudden disappearance, leaving her family and friends in a state of panic. Clavy News attempts to find out why the proliferation of prayer groups and how or when one should draw the line to avert losses and manipulations.
Video. I need to understand.
Sorry, I can't talk to her alone.
For now, no.
It's personal family matter.
No, it's not personal. If you guys took it online, it's not personal.
This is my sister.
So, Obi, I'm an adult. Look at me. Let's talk.
Okay.
Am I missing?
As numerous individuals have come forward claiming to have similar experiences with the said prayer group, many have reported being convinced to surrender their assets, cut ties with family and friends, and follow the group's teaching without questioning such instructions. In light of these allegations, we spoke with Abuja residents to gain insight into their perspective on prayer and its relationship with work.
People have to pray because it's our only channel by which we link our Creator. Prayer can be defined as communication between you and God. So we just have to pray. Prayer cannot take the place of work. Though in 1 Thessalonians 5, verses 16 and 17, it's clearly stated there that pray without ceasing does not mean pray and abandon your job. My sister, don't forget, even for 6 days, God worked. Even as we are talking now, God is still working. Making sure there is shelter over us, directing us, guiding us. He's still working. Jesus Christ, when he came, Jesus Christ was working. So why would somebody now say you are praying, you are not working? Prayer can never take the place of work. Be the best prayer person in the world and go to your backyard every morning. That rise, grow. You are fasting, fast for 30 days. Just go there and be praying. Rice, grow here, or tomato, grow. 30 days, white fasting. At the end of 30 days, you know what you will find there? Weed. You will find the weed. You will not find any rice there. Because it's like you are tempting God. It is not possible. You have to work. In fact, the Bible even says, he who does not work must not eat. If you don't work, you are not qualified to eat. Yes, you were saying something like some people, maybe they are dedicated to serve God, maybe ministers of God or whatever. I tell you, an arrangement must always be made for a church leader who has no other job to do. If you don't give him that privilege and you say that, okay, I am a man of God, God called me, and you are not looking for alternative ways of prayer, you think it is just prayer, you are going to fail. It's not possible. So you must work. You must work. You can't do without working.
He also spoke on what the government can do to clamp on these so-called prayer cults and how to identify such groups.
I was told that a lady was traced to one prayer mountain or prayer square, having been missing for about a month. And even when they got there, I said, am I complaining? That one, government has to step in immediately. Government has to step in immediately, because that is no longer prayer for Jesus or for God. You are not supposed to abandon your home, abandon your children, abandon your parents, all in the name of going to pray somewhere. Even Jesus the Christ, what we are reading in the Bible, He will go to some places to pray and come back to the disciples. He did not disappear. That he will not be looking for Jesus for 1 month. So where are they getting that one from? And I tell you, though there is a school of thought that believes that even these prayer groups I am talking about that I support can metamorphose into such deadly cults. But let me tell you, these cults, before they started, they have known that in their mind that this is what they want to form. Don't think that a good prayer group will metamorphose into that. No. They know where they already know where they are going. And it's for a purpose. But the danger now when government has to quickly step in is innocent people will think that they are vibrant prayer groups and will go and join them. And before you know it, I don't know whether they have holy water, holy in bracket. Maybe they give them holy water there and they are convinced. It's just like this other terrorist group too. There is a kind of thing they drink. Before you know it, you start supporting them. So this idea of this cult group, I have to call on. I am calling on government. Government, do not sleep over this.
Families of affected individuals are calling on authorities to take swift action to locate their loved ones and bring the group's leaders to justice. The public is cautioned to exercise extreme caution when engaging with religious or prayer groups, especially those that demand absolute loyalty, financial sacrifice, or isolation from loved ones. If you or someone you know has been affected by the nearby prayer group or similar organization, please come forward and share your story. Florence Joshua reporting for Clearview News Desk.
In 2024, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had described the lingering insecurity bedeviling Nigeria, particularly the northwest region of the country, as inherited security compromises. In a media chat with journalists in Abuja, the Nigeria's capital, a former presidential candidate and human rights activist Omoyele Sowore said insecurity has lingered for too long due to benefits some people, including security operatives, derive from it. Clearview News correspondent has the details.
From his assumption of office, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had promised to make security his topmost priority. Reflecting on his inaugural speech 1 year ago, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had attributed the lingering insecurity facing the country to historic injustice meted out to the victims of conflict, despite promising to make Nigeria safer. The current administration, since inception, has preoccupied itself with addressing the prevailing multifaceted forms of insecurity in all parts of the country, particularly in the northeast and northwest regions. Despite government effort, the question remains, why does insecurity still persist in Nigeria?
You have to solve the problem by attacking the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem of insecurity is first and foremost economic inequality. That's the first reason why there are plenty of hands to be used as the workshop of the devil. And then the second aspect of it is to get our security agencies to do what security agencies do, not to be aiding and abetting criminality. You cannot have an IG, and I know you guys love to talk about the IG, Inspector General of Police, who is tired and to have retired. You keep him in office, and you expect the security to end. It will not end. You have all these military generals who don't go to war. It's only in Nigeria that somebody who has never fought a war before will become a general in the army, based on the number of traditional rulers he knows or the GO of his church. That's how they become generals in Nigeria, not because they go to war. If you see an Israeli general, it's because he has fought a war before. If you see an American general, he has been to Afghanistan, he has fought in Iraq, even though those wars might be wrong. But they have gone to war. But in Nigeria, you call these businessmen generals, they are all building estates in Abuja. They don't go to the war front. They don't know what's going on there. They are the ones who are happy that the insecurities are coming. So that is why you see this happening.
I personally do not like to politicize insecurity, because when there is an act of insecurity and you criticize the government in a way that can encourage terrorists and other criminals to think that they can influence our politics by committing more atrocities. But in this case, the incompetence of President Tinubu and his security team speaks for itself. And I think the president should be serious-minded. He should come home and address the issues, and he should look at the security architecture of the country and look at governance with more seriousness.
What is the way forward in curbing insecurity in Nigeria?
The solution we are preferring is for the Nigerian people, first and foremost, to choose the real leaders who should govern them. Because the legitimacy of the government is also very important. For instance, it is the Nigerian government that goes to the southeast to go and militarize it. It's the Nigerian government that refused to release Nnamdi Kanu, something that would have solved a big problem. And then instead of releasing him, you go and put army in the east. Every kilometer in the east, there are army checkpoints. But after 100 kilometers in the north, you can't find the army. There was a man in Katsina who said there are only 5 guns in the local government in Katsina state. But why is it not the same in the southeast? So these things are deliberate. That's what I'm telling you. These are deliberate efforts on their part to undermine Nigeria. And I've said it very clearly. Those who are in power love the fact that they want to manage little territory, because that way they are not responsible for the territories. So they allow these issues to fester. But you cannot solve the problem without addressing the fundamental problem of leadership. Leadership is key in every sector. And most importantly, legitimate leadership is important. When you don't vote for people and they lord themselves over you, you don't respect them.
Some Nigerians say national security is a precondition for economic and social development, as much as economic and social development is a precondition for national security.
A general court-martial at the headquarters of 82 Division, Nigerian Army Enugu, has sentenced a soldier, Adamu Mohammed, to death by hanging for murdering his girlfriend. The army, in a statement in Enugu on Tuesday, said the sentence was handed down after due consideration for the offense of murder. The court-martial, composed of 11 members, was inaugurated by the General Officer Commanding 82 Division Nigerian Army Major General Oluyemi Olatoye on February 18, 2025. The president of the court-martial, Brigadier General Sadisu Buhari, while delivering the judgment on Mohammed's murder case, said he was found guilty of the offense of the murder of his girlfriend. The court-martial also sentenced another soldier, Abubakar Yusuf, for robbery at a mall within Enugu. A former senator, Kogi West Senatorial District, Dino Melaye, has ignited reactions on X, formerly known as Twitter, following the publication of a video showing him passionately ministering. The video, which was posted on the one-time Kogi governorship candidate verified page, quickly gained traction online. News gathered that it was taken recently during Melaye's appearance at a church service in Abuja. The ex-senator, who appears to have drawn closer to God, has kept social media public with different spiritual messages in recent years. The senator tends to give several inspiration talks that may have touched the lives of many and have others wondering if he plans on becoming a pastor after his political adventure, as numerous social media posts have shown him displaying his purported spirituality.
God, demonstrate your power as God. Yes! When men behave like men, prove that you are God. Yes! Oh, the meaning of that song is that the unstoppable God, I praise your name.
And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imefonu Okon.